This past weekend, our family had a fun get-together at my youngest son, who's not actually all that young anymore, but we sat on his back patio or deck, and it was just a lovely evening, chatting. There was quite an age span, but it didn't matter. We were one. We were at ease with one another. And it brings to my mind the generational differences in raising children. I was surprised at, in one situation, how one of the grandchildren, more adult, spoke to her mother. And I thought, oh, I would never have spoken to my parents that way. There was an honoring and a respect that wasn't, you better talk to me right, but it's something I grew up with, knowing that honoring your parents and the older generation was just the correct thing to do. It was respectful. It was right. It doesn't mean that everything that is being said you're in agreement with, but there is a place of, I hear you and I respect you. I think in today's world, as younger women are raising their families, certainly it's a different atmosphere. The younger people, from little ones up into their early 20s, are exposed to things that I wasn't exposed to as a child growing up. I mean, what can you be exposed to when you're in church Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays? That was my life. But that's not the way it is for everyone. Certainly not the members of my family. And so as I listened and observed, I realized in some subtle ways how I could be praying that could change the hearts of those speaking, and maybe even those listening, rather than clashing or trying to prove the other's point as being the right way. I feel that in this world, in this day, we are the people, generationally, young to old. We're the ones God wants to use and speak through. It's in our attitude. It's in that open heart that you've heard me speak of that doesn't have to prove it's right. There's an ease and a humility and a peacefulness that comes even in the way you express yourself. Humility opens the doors to many things. You might not feel that it's coming across in the dynamic way you want it to come across, but it's a non-threatening way. It's just conversation. And people will listen to peaceful conversation and go away and think about it probably many times. I think doors were opened just this past weekend that will allow me further conversations in some situations I might not totally be in agreement with, or would draw forth concern from my heart. But I'm standing there in the door, ready to take them by the hand and lead them towards Jesus in a way maybe they haven't experienced him yet. I don't want that door closed before that happens. And often we close the door by the vociferous way we try to counter what someone is saying. Just chill. Just be peaceful. Let the Lord come. He's got it all in his hand, and he wants this more than you want it. So as you younger mothers raise your children, your teens, God is helping you in ways perhaps you can't even see. I'll just close with this comment. My oldest son went through really a troubled time. You know, we just love our kids so much, and when they struggle, it's heartbreaking. And I remember a particular time, many times actually, but I remember the first time I thought, I'm going to explode if I can't give expression to what's building in me. I was home alone, went into our walk-in closet, prostrated myself on the floor, and began to groan before the Lord. He understood every groan. It didn't need words. It needed heart. It needed spirit. That's what he listens to. So pour out your groans, pour out your heart to him. It'll take the pressure off the situation. You won't focus on the person. You'll know that you've brought the person, Jesus Christ, into the midst of this, and he is at work. You can count on it. He's going to bring this through to a victorious end. Just count on it.